Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It is Marvin speaking. I just want to go over the conversation with EP and Chris Tenerife. I know Luggy was in there for a little while, but got closed down by EP. And well done for sticking up for yourself, EP. Respect to that. Let's get straight into this, people.
Anyway, boy, I've got to get off. I've got serious shit to do and not make. To get off, I've got serious shit to do and not make believe fantasy shit.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah, unless anyone's got something serious for me, I'm going to bounce myself, brother.
All right. Thanks for coming up, Chris. Next time, if you come, don't bring me a friend. You know what I mean? He's not good for anybody. I told you this so many times now.
Chris, drinking too much again.
No, it's EP. As I told you from day one, everything that we did is verifiable. The family know, the police know, everyone knows what we did.
But if it's verifiable, why don't you explain it to us? That would be the easiest thing to do, piece by piece, timeline by timeline, so people understand it. Then we wouldn't be having this conversation, all these months later. It just doesn't make sense.
Because the public don't know. That's not important to us. The people that matter know, and they know what we did. It's all been verified, so we don't have to vindicate ourselves or prove ourselves to anyone. We did what we did through being two nice guys, and if other people can't live with that, fuck them, not my problem. That's the way it is, brother.
But the funny thing is when you're swearing and you have this sort of abusive attitude in what people thinking, like a defensive attitude, people are going to question yourself. The way to deal with it is basically to calmly talk about it, Chris, and explain the situation and answer the questions you've been asked. Because this is the only reason people will stop talking about the case when we think, right, I get his point and where he's coming from. Nothing's explained. You can't just say, wait for the documentary, because we want to hear it from yourself.
So anyone can have their conspiracy theory or crack on with or keep researching all you want. Don't affect our lives. Doesn't impact us whatsoever. Not fucking interested. Crack on and just...
Crack on, and here we go again at the end of the day. But we've had this all before. We're not looking for crack on at the end of the day. We don't give a shit. We want you to care. We want you to just to give us a timeline of what we found out at the day and what you know. If it's all going to come out in the documentary, then fair enough. We will hear it. But they're just asking you simple questions at the end of the day. And why do the accident crew get very sort of defensive over this case? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Tsunami's coming, so God bless. Like you, EP, you and me, mate, as I always said, if I have beef with you, I'd ring you up personally and fucking let you know. So, never done that. No beef with you.
I want to take up why I have you here. Do you remember that thingy that was leaked like to Mama D about some voice notes and stuff?
Well,
I never sent them.
The thing is, mate, you don't have me here. I opted to come in, and I opted to come in out of respect because I think you've got people in your ear bending your head with complete and utter bullshit, and the highest authority in the land has already proved that. So I'm out, dude. Let's leave it to the professionals. Let's leave it to the documentary makers.
But the thing is, people are going to call what happens in the documentary out, what they don't believe it's untrue. I mean, for me personally, if I was there, if it was my scene, I'd answer any question because I've got nothing to hide or nothing to prove at the end of the day. If this was done in the early days, as Duncan said when he first started making his channel, we wouldn't be having these conversations.
If in the future I have to show my cards and what we did. You see, I didn't do this for fame, glory, money. I don't need it. I don't need none of it. In fact, this has been a whole negative experience.
Why has it been negative when you basically were looking for someone at the end of the day? You've got army training background and you found Jay, which is fair enough. I always basically commended you for that at the end of the day. But like I said, but you're basically technically dangling a carrot that if I have to, then I will. But like I said, this should be coming out freely because no one's got anything to hide, apparently.
Time Debbie was over, and Glenn, and his family, and Warren. We all went through this, so I don't have to prove myself to fucking no one because the people that matter already know the truth. They've seen it. Just because other people outside of them haven't seen it, not my fucking problem, mate. But I ain't bending my knee for no one. They can put whatever pressure they want on me. It will just come back tenfold. That's my answer.
God. So it's very, very reactive. I mean, if people were calm and talking sensibly, you could say, look, all right, I can understand where this guy is coming from. But again, sort of talking, with fire and a little bit of anger and heated over something which were just simple questions.
Yeah, but to me, it comes to this like it's gonna be somebody looking into it anyway. So for me, it's like it's better.
Don't give a shit. Don't give a shit.
No, for me, it's better that I can do it because I'm not running with just bullshit. I'm listening to things, but I usually don't post before I'm sure about stuff. I don't run. I don't do this for clout. You know this as well, Chris. So for me to get I know how fast it can go to shits when you have people like my ex-mod, like, the one trying to sneak up to Sluggy and all of this. I know how bad it can take a bad turn, how fast it can do that when you have the wrong people.
Very true.
Then you will have calls being spread over. 100%.
I'm not being rude. I've got to close a big investment deal tomorrow, so I've got to go and sort my stuff out. I'm not being rude. I wanted to pay you the respect. You.
I appreciate that, Chris.
But me. I came in.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you coming up, Chris.
And as I said always, you put me in there. All right, bro. And if you want to speak offline, you got my number. All right, bro.
All right, cool. And
why is speak offline when we can resolve this issue now? The questions that EP and the people in the chat were asking. It's just very, very simple because the girl Mia was asking all the questions as fast as they were coming in. She was trying to answer them and look in and was concentrated as well. The more I've listened to her, the more I think she makes a lot of sense in what she was saying and what we was actually believing, which happened to Jay Slater as well.
Enjoy your evening and good luck tomorrow.
Cheers.
And obviously Chris comes back. I'll put that part up next, people. So Mia returns to the chat, especially it didn't seem like to me she wanted to talk to Luggy. And it seems like she thought that he was bad news. But EP is trying to get Chris Tenerife back in to the chat to discuss something with Mia. So this is interesting.
I have sent in a request, so let's see if we will comply. I'm sorry that I'm filming for this.
Chris, I have a question for you.
No, I'm not answering questions.
You are, because you're lying, that's why you weren't answering my question.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you
No,
are.
I'm not. I'm not answering. I don't care who you are or what your questions are. I'm not answering anything. I answer
Because you're lying
questions.
about everything. You all are.
Well, you're a liar.
How? I know
answer
everything. I've got everything on my phone.
I answer questions to the people who've got authority, and I'm not answering your questions because I don't know who you are. So,
well, look, respect to Mia because, like I said, she put him on the spot, and his reaction was very, very defensive. In to say, look, I don't want to discuss anything with you, so there's no conversations at the end of the day. And these are the times where the public are looking in to see how you deal with it when you're put under a little bit of pressure. And it didn't go well, to be honest with you.
I do know who I am because I'm friends with Lucy.
goodbye. I'm not answering nothing to do with you.
Because you're
or any
lying.
question you've got. Yeah, well, good for you.
But basically, everything I've said to these lot is basically
No.
true. Because you know what? You don't even admit it, or you do not answer questions.
Because you're talking rubbish.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Have you been to where Jay died? Have you been to the area where you walked through the mountain? Have you been there?
Yeah.
Oh, you have. When did you go?
No.
Oh yeah, you. When did you go?
Good evening, Joker.
Oi, oi, fuckers.
Long time no see. Hope you're good, mate.
I'm all good, EP. How are you?
Oh, yeah. So
Chris, have a bit of respect.
no.
Woman, man.
No. I. Life is a mirror. You get what you give. So don't
have a
come
bit
back
of
with me.
respect. Just have a bit
No.
of respect.
Life is a mirror. So you'll get what you give.
Yes, yeah. I'd take your own words while I'm in the box. That's all I'm going to say.
You take it. You take it however you fucking want, mate. Life is.
The thing is, he's talking in riddles. There's not really any sense coming out of it. And there's someone else that comes to the chat and a bit later and says, look, why are you in year 4 and you're not willing to answer questions? It just doesn't make sense. It's a bit of a merry-go-round. And that's the way it always was from day one, especially with Aya telling the story.
A mirror.
Have some respect. That's all I'm saying.
You have some respect for someone who did something benevolent to help a family in need. So you have some respect.
Why would I have respect for someone that I don't?
Why
know?
would I have some respect for someone who I don't know who? Yeah.
Go on, finish that sentence. When you don't know who I am.
You finish yours.
Yeah. Yep. I finished my sentence. I'm just saying, respect the woman.
I've finished mine.
A question. At the end of the day,
Mine.
yeah. Well, she's asking a question. That's all she wanted to do. Just answer.
I'm not here to answer questions. So
why the fuck did you drop? Listen. So why the fuck did you drop from the box and then come back when people have said she wants to ask you a question?
I can do what I want. I'm not here to answer your questions. I made that clear to EP at the start.
Well, get out of the box then.
Right, I will. Oh, sorry, EP, do you want me out of your box? Or do you want this guy who I don't know who's telling me get out of your box?
He's my friend. Sorry about that, Chris. But he's like he wants to ask you some questions, and you come up.
Oh, so
The thing is, it works both ways. Mia's come back to have a conversation with Christopher. She wasn't being aggressive. EP was doing his job as a cis channel. This other young guy who came in was protecting Mia in saying have some respect and talk properly. This is a conversation that could have easily been resolved, but Chris didn't want it to be like that. And he was sticking to his point that he doesn't want to discuss it. But they don't mind dropping in and confusing the situation when other people are trying to have a decent conversation. That doesn't make sense to me.
No, I told you I'm not here to answer questions. This is a documentary. They'll do that. So I'm not here to answer your mate's questions or anyone else's questions because they're not fucking intelligent enough to realise
And how can
exactly
you say
what
that?
the answers are. So I'm not here to answer questions. So if you want me out,
Can you say that when you
hang
don't
on,
know?
I've not finished talking, Chops.
How can you
So
not?
if you want me out, just tell me and I'll jog on.
How can you call me unintelligent? when you don't know?
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to EP. This is live.
Yeah. And I've come in to talk to you, just telling you to basically get some respect for a woman that wants to ask you a question. That's all.
I've already told you I'm not talking.
There you go. This has been since day one. Basically, people asking questions and being shut down quite aggressively for trying to have a decent conversation. Yes, Chris can say no. He's entitled to say no if he wants to. But sometimes, if you're coming on a live, respect what the EP wants. Ask the questions. You've got nothing to lose, or at least ask some of the questions or your thoughts about things at the end of the day. Because, like I said, this is a calm discussion. But like I said, Chris is turning it into something else.
To you.
Well, then go quiet.
Take it however way you want. Take it however way you want.
It's disrespectful. All she wanted to do was ask you a question. It's not hard
Take it
to answer.
however way you want, pal.
It's not hard to answer a question.
Correct.
I agree. Hello, Luz. Good evening, darling.
I think I've got better things to do than
Good
sit here
evening.
and answer your dumbass questions.
And
Yeah,
really he doesn't answer it because he knows
and I'm not
the answer
answering
to
them.
it.
I've told you. I'm not answering them.
Okay, Chris, let me ask one question though. They are saying that Sluggy likes a very young lady. What is your comment on that?
I'm not here to answer your question.
Can I ask a question?
I've answered the question.
Can I ask a question? Chris?
I had to answer to the police and to the family, and I backed it up with receipts. So I'm not here to answer your
you lied to
question.
everyone. Chris? Hello, Chris?
Hello, Chris.
On what?
Hello? Hi, you can hear me?
No, but I'm not here to answer questions.
Okay. If you're not here to
No,
answer
I'm not here to answer
questions...
questions. You can treat me as
Disrespect that.
Okay, if you're not here to answer questions...
Are you here to
then-
answer questions? Are you?
Excuse me.
Are you?
It becomes confusing when it's like this because you get no really decent conversation. It's just based on back and forth, and you're not getting anywhere with it's like this at the end of the day. And this is the reasons why the YouTubers, the TikTokers, didn't really collaborate like your Waxes, myself, and even Duncan, because you're not going to get the truth from them. You know, they're not going to tell you the story. Their story says, look, watch the documentary, that's going to tell you everything. And that is basically the seal. That's what they're basically telling us.
Right, if you're not here to answer any questions, then why are you here?
Clout.
No,
Why are you here?
derail us
I'm here to
talking
come-
about something. That's
Why are you here?
Money talks.
Are you here to answer questions?
And then people don't want that, so you have Sluggy or Sharon, Chris, all accident people coming in and trying to make them stop because they drop from the box when they drop.
EP,
Like
EP,
amputating.
EP. EP, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. I'm not here to ask questions of anyone else in your group. I'm here as
That's great though.
a
Answer my
member.
questions. You know, take it.
I'll take it however I want to take it. I'm not asking questions of any one of your members here.
This is not
So,
the Chris that I know.
what-
You was never shy to answer questions or anything. But now it seems like
hang on a minute. Hang on. I'm not asking questions of any one of your members. So what right
you
have they
can
got
ask
to
me
ask
whatever
questions of me?
questions you want.
Well, it's a conversation. I mean, if you come into a chat online show on TikTok, it's for people to collaborate and come together and a discussion at the end of the day, not a back and forth argument where there's no sense in it at the end of the day. Ali listened to this one first and she said at the end of the day there was just too much going on and she ended up switching off.
It's a live where we talk to each other.
I'm not interested in asking questions. I'm not interested in asking. I'm not interested in answering. I've done everything the right
Why are
way.
you here?
Duncan say
Why
I
you
have to answer
Why
to the
you?
police. You don't have to answer to the police. You don't
Because-
have to answer to the police. You can say that I don't want to talk to you because I claim my fifth or sixth amendment right. So many times and all those lady.
Why am I here? Like I'm here just to answer your questions.
No, what the point I'm trying to make is Mia has come up because she had some questions. If you don't want to answer them, that's fair
No.
enough. But why, if you
Right.
don't want to answer them, I respect that. But my question is, why are you here then? This is a live where questions
Why
are
are
being
you here?
asked. No, let me finish respectfully. Questions are being asked and people that want to answer them are answering them. That's the purpose
All
of
right,
the
I'll
live.
leave. I'll
So-
leave. I'll leave.
Okay,
I'll leave.
okay. I'm not being
Because
disrespectful, I'm just trying to
them
understand
before.
why you're here.
People, I've answered them before, and people can't wrap their heads around the answer. So that's
But he's not answering anything. So it's a merry-go-round, to be honest with you. This has been going on for 10 minutes and nothing's been resolved. So again, what was the reason for coming into the chat? It was just to be nosy and to see what was going on.
why we went down a professional route with facts from the authorities, and a documentary's been created and it's going to be released soon. So why has anyone got any questions for me before they watch the documentary?
Okay, and that's fine if that's where you
So basically he's saying watch the documentary, then ask me questions, because all the answers will be in there. Nobody's going to talk about the Jay Slater case.
stand and you don't want to answer questions, you don't have to. But this
No,
is a
I
live.
have. I have answered them, but I've answered them in a professional way. It's based on facts, not on. I don't know your level of understanding of this case, therefore, I'm not here to repeat myself 1,000 times over.
Thanks for the hot Minala.
That was it, people. I'm not going to keep basically going on with it. Chris eventually went, but it's the case in a nutshell. They're not willing to answer the crucial questions that are simple questions that Duncan came up months and months ago earlier on in this case. Myself, Wax, nothing had been answered. And it is more or less a bit of a game show. This is. I don't think personally the documentary is going to tell us what we need to know. Is basically going to put us in a situation where people say, oh, we shouldn't be talking about the Jay Slater case. But we were the ones that actually made this case go on as far as it did at the end of the day. And I think giving Debbie inspiration, even though she was really scared, in basically the truth coming out, and she had to be careful what she said because of threats. I can understand that. She's got another son. She's got a life to get on with. I completely understand it. At the end of the day, she wants a peaceful life, and everything that happened to Jay, she didn't want to sort of go through it again or upset someone. And like I said, if she's been paid something, so be it. There's nothing we can do about that because this case is already closed. But what we want is just answers, so that we're satisfied that it was the truth, and we haven't got them. And this is why this case is still wide open. Let me know what you think, people. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment, and let's have your thoughts about EP. Basically talking to Chris Tenerife. I think EP done a great job. Thank you, No Bull, for uploading it, and Mia for coming out and being strong, and Lucy or Mia's other friend at the end of the day, thanks for backing her up. I think that's pretty important. Let me know what you think, people, and don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment and follow the channel. Thank you.